Grixis Affinity is one of my most favorite archetypes. Many of you already know that. And sometimes it's nice to be able to play against it, right? There are many archetypes that I've played against that I've lost to. So it's nice to try that from the other side of the table. And today we're going to be playing some Gruul Midrange. Specifically, when we're trying to attack a deck like that, we have to remember that the affinity mechanic is universal to other types of keywords outside of artifacts, right? There's affinity for forests, there's affinity for swamps, and there's other types of affinity. Specifically in the affinity deck, in Pauper, we have affinity for artifacts, primarily fueled by the artifact lands. Now, the artifact lands themselves come in untapped, but the newer ones that have come out of the Modern Horizons sets specifically come in tapped, but provide 2 colors. So they're interesting in that sense. They're also indestructible, but that makes it a little bit harder for a deck like Gruul Midrange to attack. When the primary plan of this deck is a ramp shell that uses card disadvantage in the mana aspect of the game with cards like Thermokarst to destroy our opponent's lands, it's hard to attack a mana base that has indestructible lands. And I mean, look, full disclosure, I actually end up losing game 1 here, but games 2 and 3, I mean, have you read Deglamer? Shuffle an artifact, aka a land that's also an artifact, into its opponent's library? Let me tell you, folks, games 2 and 3, we're cooking with gas. Honestly, I feel like I've been having a pretty rough go of this deck in the sense that I've coming up against some pretty crappy matchups. Like, I came up against Blue-Red Fiend, Kiln Fiend, and just had the nuts both times. Came up against Burn, managed to force it to a game 3, but, like, still... Woo, okay. Yeah, I mean, I won the die roll. Nice to see with this deck. I'm gonna try this. This is pretty iffy, but I will try it. It's not bad, actually. It's not terrible. Like, I'm gonna be able to untap. Yeah, like I can tap it for wild growth, untap, tap it. Yeah, we get to do stuff and things. Oh, affinity. Hit it right off the rip. Yep, definitely want to stop that ASAP. Play another one and just show them I have a one-lander. This might be a very bad keep, but I went for it. The amount of, like, honestly, the amount of decks in this format that, like, generally don't actually have the interaction on turn 1. Like, this format is very engine-based, right? Like, you're usually trying to establish a board presence and a game plan. Not a lot of decks will actually, like, not a lot of decks in this format actually have something that they reasonably want to use up to interact with your board state. There are, but, like, I feel like the percentages were with me. Like, if I saw, like, affinity, I would probably, like, I probably wouldn't have a Galvanic Blast statistically. I'd probably be just trying to use up a board. I might have, like a KCS that I might use next turn once I have some artifacts on board, blow up the elf, but it might be too late by that time. And I also kept a one-lander here, so not great. But at least my Acid-Moss has targets. There's that. My Acid-Moss has targets. What sucks is this bolt is going to be dead in my hand for a hot minute until I draw, like, Utopia Sprawl or Highland Forest or the Capenna land. Then we're going to be good there. Let's see here. Yeah, this is not good. Play that. Can't exactly do anything. Next turn. Let me tell you, next turn. Oh, Lord. Next turn. That's the thing. If this actually lives somehow, next turn I'm going to be able to start building a presence. Like, I think I can grind out with this deck. That's the thing you have to remember. Like, I'm pretty sure I can grind out with this deck. As long as they don't have much. But, like, that's pretty hopeful. Yeah, you see what I'm saying? Like, they're just building an engine, right? They're just building an engine. Sure, they played out an Enforcer, but, like, all right. I'm actually going to take out their Black Source. right? And then Acid-Moss, the black source, for a Highland Forest. There you go. So now we're getting on the board. Now I'm getting on the board. I'm going to be taking some damage, but I'm on the board, right? So the key thing is I'm taking out their sources. I'm going to take out their red source next to play around. Like, they're going to have Thoughtcast primarily for their blue sources, but, like, I have to play around the chance they don't have that. I'm going to take out the red source and play around them having Galblast or a Krark Clan Shaman. So that's going to be the big one. But the black source was the big one, right? So you take out the Deadly Dispute, you take out the Blood Fountain, or whatever. Ooh, okay. What can I do here? So I can tap this for green, put it on here, create 3. Untap, create 3. And then I can, like, bolt. Let me see. What do I want to do here? I definitely want to Acid-Moss. But is that optimal? Let me think here. I think so. So we'll definitely sprawl this sucker. Like that. So I think I'll Acid-Moss, bolt. The big thing here is I think I just want to take out the amount of artifacts. So we're gonna make red amount of artifacts on the battlefield for them, right? And then untap. Here. Acid-Moss, the red source. And then, like, bolt. Get the other Highland Forest. And then bolt. Take 4, but that's fine. Right now they only have 4 artifacts on the battlefield. They can still Thoughtcast, and that's fine. But, like, you see how, like, they're not able to do much here. Right, and then at this point, I'm just gonna be doing a bunch. So, tap this, play the Visionary. Okay. Untap this, play another Visionary. Wow. Okay, now we're gonna be going off next turn. Okay, so 1, 2, 3, play the other Visionary. Perfect. All right, so next turn, you know, we're doing a lot. So we're kind of there. If I can get literally one more land destruction spell, I've taken control of this game. We're kind of even now. Right? Like, my opponent can definitely draw land, Deadly Dispute. They're drawing 3 cards, type of thing. Like, yeah, there you go. So they're gonna Deadly Dispute this. They're drawing 3 cards. Yeah. So this is where things getting a little precarious. And that's fine. So they create a treasure token. They got 5 artifacts again. We'll double block. So they can't play another Mer Enforcer. They can play another Frogmite. They're not doing much. They can Galblast, potentially. What are they doing here? Potentially just playing another Star. Star, Blood Fountain. Blood Fountain's not bad either. It just adds to their artifact count, which is probably what they want at this point. Like, they would be net up on artifacts here. Curious. Okay, Angler. Angler's fine. I mean, we're about to play a 6-5. We are literally about to play a 6-5. That is fine. I will happily double block here, you know? So I will attach Wild Growth to this. Right. Play that out. Right. What was the deal to that? Oh, yeah. Cast that spell. Hit the black source. 100%. Let's go. That is a really good draw. That is literally such a good draw. Okay. Pass through. I don't need to attack. I don't need to do anything. At this point, what I'm doing is trying to just go through my deck, find as many pieces as I can, build up a big board state, right? Like, I think, like, as long as they're not drawing artifacts, which, I mean, they Deadly Disputed for, like, 3 cards. They saw a 4th off their upkeep. Like, it shouldn't be that bad for them, but we're keeping them off as long as they're not drawing those. The Thermokarst is great. I will definitely take that. And I will definitely attack 100%. Right? At this point, I have a 6/5. If they want to chump with the Angler, perfectly fine with that. Right? But I need to get on the board. I need to do some damage. And that's what needs to happen. Right now, I'm not terribly afraid of like a KCS or something. So, at this point, I'm in top deck mode though. So, what's nice though is a lot of cards in our deck do just straight up draw cards. So, chain together a couple of Owlbears. Heck, if I find, you know, another Altisaur into an Owlbear, Altisaur into, you know, the nuts of Altisaur in a boarding party into, you know, whatever. That'd be nice, but... Oh, are they just not finding lands? There you go. Okay. Yeah, there you go. That's what I mean. We are on the board. We are doing things. Okay, so cast this for here. Yep, draw a card. Okay, don't need to play that. Just make them pretend I have... Like, make them think it's a land destruction spell. You know what I mean? Like, because right now I can't kill this. This is indestructible. So let's just make them think this is a land destruction spell that I have no targets for. Oh, interesting. So attack for 5. Or 6, sorry. Get them down. And then next turn, I'm like, essentially, if they don't play another creature here, I'm essentially alpha swinging. They have to find a land. They might have like Reckoner's thing. It's like the one where you sack an artifact and you gain life equal to its thing. So next turn, if they don't have an answer here, they have to have Galblast. I think they have to have Galblast. Thermokarst. Okay. Okay, so here, like they block, and then I do... Oh, I'm like 1 off. That's unfortunate. Oh well. They might just have... So I'm going to swing in with that. What I'm going to do here is I'm actually going to Thermokarst one of my own lands. Let's see how they do it. Because what that does... Perfect. So they're going to block here. What that does is... Oh, I guess I had lethal anyway, right? No, but like I don't want to play into all of that and then they have like a Galblast for it. So that's fine. So I forgot this thing had like trample too, right? Yeah. I'm forgetting this thing's trample. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to Thermokarst one of my own lands. 1, 2, 3. And what that does, that allows me to gain life. Destroy a land. So now I'm not in Galblast range. Right? And that's what's key. Small things like that really do matter, right? And I actually put a short out about that, how that matters in the burn matchup, right? So at some point, actually pretty early on, like destroying Burn's lands aren't technically really that effective, unless you're just going off. If you have them, you just throw them out. But especially in that game 1 scenario, it's tough, right? Okay, so they're drawing a bunch of cards. Yeah, it's tough, right? Another thing, remember, I did use up 2 of my lightning bolts. Okay, they're playing tap lands. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. They don't have the ability to play a Myr Enforcer. They can play Blood Fountain. Now they can play Enforcer. Yeah. Oh, Lord. Okay. Well, we just need to draw bigger creatures. That's all this is, right? Like, I just need to draw... Okay, definitely play that, because we need to draw a card. Yeah, so situations like this, a card like that is great. My biggest gripe with a card like Racer's Ring is... I've probably mentioned it in the intro as well, but you can't untap this with Arbor Elf, right? There's a big reason why you want, like, the 4 Highland Forests. Okay, so you can obviously Thermokarst your own land and, you know, gain 1 life off of it. It's snow, but you also want to make sure that it can be untapped because it has the type. You can grab it with... the Acid-Mosses, and you can untap it with Elf. That's my biggest gripe with Racer's Ring. You can't untap it with Elf, so it's a very hard land to, like, do much with. Like, truly. It's a very hard land to do much with. But we're doing a lot. We're doing a lot now. Oh, Lord. Now my Affinity opponent is doing a lot. I think I might have lost this. Let's see here. Let's put that on that. Let's make red. Oh, I shouldn't have done it that way. Oh, Lord. Okay, yeah, maybe I should have just gone for that alpha swing, truly. Yeah, you know what, though? Like, I did not know that thing had trample. I did not know I had, like, Xaxes if they... Oh, that feels so unfortunate. I thought it was just... not flying reach, what am I saying? I thought it was, like, reach and something else. I completely forgot that was trample. This is where it's tough. 4/4s are tough. 4/4s are tough for a lightning bolt deck. But we should be able to get there. It's just about drawing well. Like, truly, it's just about drawing well. They need to find their Gal Blast as well. That's another tough thing. So they have one in there. I died a double Gal Blast. And, you know, they have like this. Yeah, they're getting their engine going here. They are getting they got their engine on board. I need to like literally just chain together like okay, so that's probably both the Thoughtcasts in their deck. I need to just chain through like multiple I need to chain through multiple like draw cards. Yep. Oh, come on. This is really the matchup. This is really the game that I'm going to end up with right now. Yep. I got nothing. I'm just going to get blasted at end step. There's no point in showing these, right? Because I want to make them think. I want to make them think. If I get double Gal Blasted, sure. If they just like if they just sack one of these and gain life, okay, yeah, I was gonna say if they have the life gain one, I'll probably just concede because I miss lethal like pretty badly there. But if they have the gain life one, that's where things get a little tricky. So they are drawing through their deck a bunch. There is a world where they deck themselves, but like probably not. Considering they found their makeshift munitions, that's tough too. I have a lot that I can bring in against this matchup, by the way. I'm pretty sure against this matchup, I'm supposed to like remove all of my land destruction and bring in all of like the shuffle effects. I'm pretty sure that's what I'm supposed to do. And I'm supposed to play this board game where like I shuffle back in like Mwonvuli as like a removal spell. So I'm pretty sure that's what I'm supposed to do. And I'm pretty sure I keep bolts in as an aggro piece. You get a couple swings in and like, you know, you're killing stuff and things. Yep. You're killing stuff and things. Okay. What do you got? Got 2 mana up for the munitions. I'm surprised they're not like killing stuff at this point. Like they can very reasonably afford to just go like ping, like sack both these lands. They have all these indestructible ones. Well, and they're discarding. I'm drawing too many cards. 3 Thoughtcast. I don't know. Might not even have the main board KCS. Okay. I think that's what that is. Yeah. I mean, I guess it doesn't really matter, but yeah, take the black source. It doesn't really matter. Okay. Yeah, like they can pay one, like sack it. That's fine. Do 1 damage to me. I feel like I just lose. This is the tough thing. I feel like I just lose here. I think I should just concede and go next. Like munitions, like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I don't think I win this. I don't think playing this is a good use of my clock. I'll just concede, go next. Let's concede, go next. Especially post board. I should be pretty well prepared here. So I'm pretty sure I'm supposed to take all those out and literally just bring all of these in. Maybe keep an Acid-Moss for ramp purposes. Actually, maybe like Thermokarst because it's a little bit lower. But I'm pretty sure that's exactly what I'm supposed to do. So put target artifact on the bottom of its owner's library, Deglamer, shuffle it back in. I'm pretty sure that's how we board this. Again, first time I'm playing Affinity versus, first time I'm playing this deck versus Affinity. I played against this deck, and I've seen them do similar things. I've seen them do other things. It really depends, because this is a very succinct sideboard, right? Like, this deck knows what it wants to do. One of my biggest gripes with it is it doesn't have like Penumbra Spiders or Graveyard Hate, so you miss out on some of interacting with some of the niche cases. Penumbra Spider is great against the Delver decks, but if you're in the leagues, you know, you're going to be seeing a variety of things. And then something like Graveyard Hate will be great against, you know, as a fellow Turbo Fog player, a little bit of Graveyard Hate goes miles, let me tell you. It goes miles. Now, I don't know what my opponent is doing here on the side here. Shout out to anyone that's gotten this far. How are you doing with temperatures by you? It is going to start getting really hot, like 30 degrees Celsius in Toronto. It's like I am right now on the side. I am ordering a portable air conditioning unit, because like my room's all the way up on the second floor of the house, and the AC doesn't get up there really well at all. So I have like my whole setup in here. Like it's not really logical for me to like move all this down. So I want to make sure I have I want to have something like this ready. The problem is that this AC unit, it's not really any in stock, so I gotta go pick it up. Estimated arrival June 2nd to June 4th. Oh, I have to go like a whole week without it. This is gonna be tough, but it's gonna be good for the summer. I'm pretty far away from like moving out, so let's see what my opponent wants to do here. They're gonna be using the whole damn time bank, to do this. But I'm curious. Like I have lost a couple of times against red-green mid-range playing Affinity, just because the deck does so much. Truly, the deck does so much. Okay. So yeah, this is fine. Like Deglamer is technically like an artifact. It's technically like a removal spell. So we will definitely keep this. Is our opponent mulliganing, or are they just like slow playing me by miles? They mulligan once, deciding whether or not to keep. So let's keep this up. Let's see what they do. Definitely upset that I potentially had lethal. Could have gone for it, especially because you see later, like they didn't have it, right? Like they could have killed me like long ago if they did have it, but they did not have it. Okay, so we're gonna be at 3. We're up a mana. Oh, that is great. Okay, so we are fogging them a little bit here, so we're gonna Deglamer that. Shuffle that away. Yep. Want to be aggressive, right? Like we need to get on the board before them. We're gonna be, you know, Sarulf's Packmate into Owl. Hopefully we find a land. Owlbear. Just take it from there. Perfect. So Sarulf's Packmate. Probably actually want that. Yeah, probably actually just want the Visionary, because it provides mana. So if oh, nice, perfect. So I'm gonna spread things out in case they have like artifact or enchantment removal. It's not technically what you want to be doing, especially if you're playing a deck full of like Llanowar Elves, but that's good. So I have a little bit more mana. So next turn, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. If this survives, boarding party, right? Boarding party, get in their face, get aggressive. Yeah, perfect. So we are definitely gonna play that. 1, 2, 3, 4. Boarding party, 100%. Get her out. Arbor Elf, yes. It's good. A little bit of ramp. And attack. Perfect. Pass through. So they're at 14. They're developing pretty slow. Like that tempo loss that they got on the Deglamer was pretty big. But what's nice is like we technically don't really want to go the route of land destruction against them because they have an indestructible mana base. We actually just want to use cards like Deglamer as a removal spell, just shuffle away their threats, right? Because we have 3/3s, 4/4s, 6/3s, 6/5s. Like we just need our combat steps to go through as effectively as possible. I'm wondering if they play like KCS here. Oh no, they don't. Okay, that's fine. Okay, Enforcer, sure. Enforcer. Oh, okay. Interesting. 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 Okay, let's see. I want to see what they remove. I'm fine with like both of these going. I have a fair amount of mana, so I can play 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, I can do a fair amount. So we're gonna go to attack. I'm gonna swing with the boarding party. I'm gonna swing with the boarding party. Let's see what they do. Okay. They're gonna block and sack a bunch of things. Okay. Yep. They're gonna hold priority. Yep. Interesting. Interesting. Okay, so we definitely... Can't cast this on instant speed. So we can do this. We can go 1, untap this forest, 2. And let these triggers resolve. So that's fine. So that 1 trigger resolves. Then we get 3 triggers on that. That's gonna die. And then what we're gonna do is we're gonna shuffle out their Enforcer. Do that. That's their threat gone. And then on my second main, just play Packmate. Perfect. Not mad. Not mad. Perfect. So next turn we have 1, 2, 3. So still 5. Owlbear is going to come down. And that's all we're going to do. We're just going to keep drawing cards. Keep drawing cards, get to the Altisaur, get more threats out. Like, especially if they're going to be making big plays like that, like KCS. Like, another alternate play I had was actually probably return the Drossforge Bridge, which probably was better. In hindsight, it probably was better. I think I was overvaluing the 4/4 there. Truly. Like, it probably was better to take out the Drossforge Bridge. But again, this is just me learning this deck. Thinking about it afterward. I got to think about this from the lens of an Affinity player. Right? Like, there you go. Now they're going to play Blood Fountain and just go off again. I truly have to think about this from the lens of an Affinity player. That's not a bad, actually. Llanowar Visionary. I think it might just be better to get on the board, though. So let's go to combat first. But this gives me 6 mana. I think Llanowar Visionary is probably better here. Yeah, a Visionary into Visionary, see what we draw, Wild Growth, and just set up for next turn, right? Like if we can Altisaur, like 6/5, just big, right? Just being 6/5, it like power toughness is big. Ooh, nice. Okay, so that's a little unfortunate, but I think we will play the Wild Growth, which is not gonna get hit by, you know, a removal spell. So that's fine. So next turn, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. We have 7 mana. Okay, so they discarded the makeshift munitions. Just draw through a little bit. Looks like they can find a land. It looks like they can find a land. It looks like they're a little stuck. I gotta remember this. If I can force a game 3 here, forget the enforcers. Take out the lands. Like, truly take out the lands. Okay. That's fine. Thoughtcast works. That's fine. They're going to play Seat. Play Enforcer. Or non-Enforcer, Frogmite. Come on, opponent. Yeah, I'm messed up here. I feel like if I shuffle this back in, well, I don't know, right? Like, I could have shuffled their deck like another way, and they could have found more lands. Oh, well, we made our decision, but it probably was better to take out the Draw's Forge Bridge. So they want to know if they want to, you know, if they should block or not. We're playing Altisaur. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And then after that, if they, and like what's great about this is if they use a bunch of resources like, you know, KCS into a, oh, they're not going to block. And again, what's nice about this, we have our bolts, right? We have our bolts. Yep. Yep, that's fine. Cast that. Not great cascades. Not great cascades. But that's fine. Like, we still have 4 bolts in our deck. Remember that. The bolts are great for just bang, 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 finishing them off. But they do have that instant that gains them some life. So let's see what we can get going. Okay, pain costs. Yep, that's good. That's good. Using up mana to pay that. That is good. That is what we need from them. That's fine. That's fine, because I'm swinging in with the Altisaur. Yep. Swinging in with the Altisaur. You gonna double block? Happily kill one of them. Yep. Yep. That's fine. Okay. Cascade into Bolt. That would be OP. Cascade into Bolt. Cascade into Wild Growth. Wild Growth that land. Okay, and then we're gonna untap this land, play the Visionary. 3 like that, and then we can play Arbor Elf. Just play that. I don't need to show them the land. Yeah. So we're gonna hold back on the land, right? I don't need to play it on another land and show them. I have a bunch of mana dorks out. If they KCS, I mean, they can't really do it this turn either. Like, they just played that tap. Like, they don't have the mana for it just yet, but they can bring it back, which is fine. We're just gonna keep attacking through until they have it. Like, next turn, I see myself just going for an alpha swing here. I'm pretty sure I just like attack all. Right before they get like the Car Clan Shaman up, because next turn they can go Blood Fountain. They can activate Blood Fountain, return, play land, play Car Clan Shaman, like wipe out my board pretty effectively. So I just need to go for an alpha swing. Oh, I need to find my lightning bolts. Where are they at? Oh, that's not a lightning bolt. Okay. It's really just attack all. Yeah, I literally don't even care. Truly just attack all. What do you got? They might block, gain that 7, right? Like, they still have the instant that gains them 7 based on the CMC of the artifact they sack, so they can do that pretty effectively and just, like, null out this. But then, even after that, doing a fair amount of damage, right? Sure. It's a Gal Blast not coming out my face. Fine with that. They got a long way to go. We're gonna make them work for it. They'll kill that. They might actually. No, they have to like chump here, and then kill that. Right, and then I deal 2, 4, 6. I deal 6 damage, and then what would be nice if I Owlbear into a lightning bolt. Yeah. What? Do you have another removal spell? I don't understand what you're doing. You must have another removal spell. I don't understand what you're doing right now. You have to have another removal spell. Yeah, like, I was just like, what are you doing right now? Okay. What? They have to have another removal spell. What are you doing? Opponent. Please. Or do you have like the sack thing? Yeah, they have the sack thing. Okay, cool, cool. Yeah, yeah, yeah. There you go. That's fine. Yep. All right, we will Owlbear. Bottom of its owner's library. Ooh. Definitely. Yeah, definitely take out that one. Because again, I don't need to play out my lands. I don't need to play out anything. They need to do their thing, but that's pretty big. Ah, they have their black one. Okay, that's fine. That's fine. So at least I stopped them on a little bit of mana there. So if they wanted to activate Blood Fountain, that's what they have there. So they have the ability to activate Blood Fountain or Deadly Dispute. I mean, Deadly Dispute does create a treasure, so that kind of evens that out. But they would have to go down on an artifact. That is pretty big. And going down on an artifact is losing Frogmite, is losing Blood Fountain, is losing a land, which stops them on Blood Fountain. So there's a lot. There's a lot involved. There's a lot involved. Are they gonna Deadly? Oh, they're just gonna gain 4 life. Okay, sure. I love our opponents like grinding this one out. I'll give it to them. Like I've been misplaying terribly. I've been misplaying like everywhere here. But let's see how we can steal this. Let's see how we can steal this. I feel so bad beating our opponent, our opponent here, because as an Affinity player, I want to see the tribe win. I want to see. Okay, there you go. All right. Yeah. So I'm pretty sure we just run it back, do the same thing. Natural Obsolescence, Deglamer. So we gotta creep. We gotta keep a pretty aggressive hand, I think. We gotta keep a pretty aggressive hand. So let's see what we can do here. Gotta keep a pretty aggressive hand. Let's see what we can do here. That qualifies. Yo, this qualifies. Yep. This qualifies 100%. Wow, this is about to get real irritating for our opponent, let me tell you. It's about to get real irritating for our opponent. Let's see what they can get going off the rip. That's fine. Utopia Sprawl this. Create red. Yeah, I don't think they have like enchantment removal or anything, but KCS off the rip, that's perfectly fine. Next turn, probably gonna bolt Deglamer. Yeah, bolt Deglamer black. That's fine. So I think red. Maybe not. Maybe green. So I do want to like I do want to cast like multiple green spells. This might be a bad move, but we'll see. That's casting red already. This might be a bad move, but let's see. Let's do that. Bolt this. Deglamer. Actually, Natural Obsolescence. Yeah, Deglamer the black source. Okay, cool. Okay. And if they play a tap land, even better. Deglamer that. You know, like, Deglamer that. Take them off. Take them off of it. Take them off of it. Oh, this is so painful for them. I can, like, this is truly something else. Oh. 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 Oh, this is gonna be a good one. This is gonna be a good one. Let's Deglamer this one so they draw it. Right, and then Natural Obsolescence this thing. Okay. So now they're officially off all the lands in the world. Let's go. This is magic right here. This is the cruelty that is Ponza. This is it. Oh lord, oh lordy lord. This is it right here. Opponent, don't draw land, please. Ah, no, they found one. Yo, this is awful. This is the toxicity that I strive for, truly. So let's attack first. And yeah, I think my job is to literally just play the big threats, play the 4/4s, get them out. Especially remembering that, you know, makeshift munitions does, oh, even better. Play it out 100%. If they want to makeshift munitions, sacrifice an artifact just to kill that, that's fine with me. That's fine with me, because I got 6 mana boarding parties coming out with haste next turn. Oh, they found 2 lands in a row. They found 2 lands in a row. Okay. Yup, that's fine. That is perfectly fine with me. Let me... Baby! A triple. Okay. Let's do it. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Wild growth. This sucker. Oh, yeah. Yep. We are going to combat. Attack all. We are going to attack all. Yup. So they're down to 5. They're down to 5. And remember, I still haven't managed to hit them in the face for bolt, but bolts are live right now. Bolts are crazy. They have to have like a pretty crazy turn. Like they only have 3 artifacts on the battlefield. They have to have a pretty crazy set of turns here. There you go. That's already down an artifact. That's great. They're gonna Deadly Dispute, Blood Fountain. I don't know what they're doing here. I actually, like, unless it's playing threats, GG's. Whew, a little bit of misplay, but it looks like the Affinity deck is no match for red-green mid-range.